So this girl, let's call her V. And V's an average girl, she's in junior high school, and one day she starts dating this other guy from her high school. And he's a nice boy, he likes her, let's call him HSBF. So V and HSBF date for a while and it goes pretty well. And eventually their relationship ends. Naturally, no hard feelings. And they both move on with their lives. So then fast forward to several decades later, V is all grown up, she's living a normal suburban life, she's married, she's a mom, and she starts dealing with some health issues. And these issues don't run in her family. So one day she decides to take one of those at-home 23andMe DNA tests because she wants to learn more about her health history. So she takes the test and she sends it away, and 3 to 4 weeks go by and then she finally gets her results. And the results, let's just say she learned a lot, but not about her health history. The results show that V's dad is not her biological dad. So V immediately goes to her mom and she confronts her. And her mom confirms that yes, back in the 80s, they used a fertility clinic to get pregnant, which V already knew this part. But she always thought her dad, the man who helped raise her, she thought her dad was the donor. Like their parents had both used the fertility clinic to help get the mom pregnant. And mom is like, no, that is not the case. Your dad's sauce wasn't working, so we opted to use an anonymous donor. Some anonymous Yale med student, some random guy who just donated his sauce. And yeah, it sucks that V had to find out this way, but at least she now knows the truth and there'll be no more surprises when it comes to her family history. Until V gets a message on her 23andMe account. And it's from someone who is allegedly one of her half-siblings. Because these websites, they show you who your half-siblings are. This half-sibling writes her and says that they know who their real biological father is. The original sperm donor, the alleged Yale medical student. And spoiler alert, it isn't a Yale med student. Their biological father, the donor, is this guy. Dr. Caldwell. And Dr. Caldwell was V's mom's fertility doctor. Apparently, he would tell his patients that he was using the special sauce from anonymous donors, but he was actually secretly fertilizing these women with his own sauce, without their consent. Oh, but it gets much worse. Caldwell didn't just do this with V's mom and her other half-sibling's mom. No, Caldwell did this to a lot of women. So V discovers she has 22 other half-siblings out there that they know about so far. Now, this story might sound familiar to you because I did a similar story like a few months ago. But trust me, this is not the same story. The ending to this one is a lot worse. So a year later, one night V is out to dinner with some friends. And her friends are like, hey V, what's new? And V just launches into this story. I took a DNA test and I found out my biological father's actually my mom's fertility doctor and I have like 24 half-siblings now. And her friends are like captivated on the edge of their seat. All except for one friend. That friend V went to high school with. That friend is HSBF. And HSBF is like, my parents went to a fertility clinic back in the 80s too. So HSBF goes home and he does one of those 23andMe DNA tests himself. And then he sends it off and he waits for the results. A few months later, V is packing up to go on a summer vacation with her family. And she unexpectedly gets a text. And it's from HSBF. And that text is a screenshot of his DNA test results, along with a message that says, you are my sister. Oh, but here's the worst part. Not only did V and HSBF date in high school, they smashed. So V accidentally smashed with her half-brother. Anyway, now some of the half-siblings are actually suing Dr. Caldwell, but it's gonna be hard for him to face any justice because he's in his 80s now, he retired his medical license over a decade ago, and most importantly, because as of right now, the state of Connecticut doesn't actually have any laws against fertility fraud. Who would have thought this crazy shit was so common? Anyway, shout out to Connecticut.